Crack-a-lackin' everybody, your boy Bongo's back, and today I have a very special video for you guys. As you guys can tell by the title of today's video, we are doing none other than a DIY steak sandwich right from home. A nice traditional gourmet open-faced steak sandwich, a nice sourdough bread, obviously a beautiful sauce that we are going to be making ourselves, some caramelized onions, some sauteed mushrooms, and then obviously the steak of all steaks. So if you guys are ready for today's video, go down, smash that thumbs up button, and without any further ado, let's get into the video. In this sandwich, guys, there are 4 different components. So to get everything started, we need to be working on our onion. So with our onion, guys, what we want to do is go ahead and chop that bad boy in half, peel the outer skin, and then you can go ahead and julienne the onion itself. You guys want super thin slices, cut it right across the onion and make sure you then cut off the end, and you will have beautiful slices of onion. Once you've sliced up your onions, what you guys want to do is in a hot pan, add a little bit of oil. So the trick to caramelized onion, guys, is literally heat up a pan of oil and throw them in there and don't do anything. Don't touch them. Actually, that's a lie. Stir them occasionally, but don't add anything. Don't put no sugar in it. Don't put no friggin' chickens. You guys, you don't have to do anything. All you gotta do is heat up a pan right here. Grab your onions, all right? Get that sizzle going. Get that onion vibe going. Boom, right into your pan like so. Make sure the oil is nice and hot so you do hear that sizzle, guys. And then with a wooden spoon, give it a nice little stir. Do not touch it, except stirring it occasionally. While the onions are going, guys, we can get started on our mushrooms. What we have here is 3 different kinds of Japanese mushrooms, Jay. You guys thought you were nice with your American mushrooms. Well, I went across the globe and got myself some Japanese mushrooms, Jay. I got some King Herby Derby mushrooms over here. I don't know how to pronounce the name of these mushrooms. Guys, we also have some oyster shroomy doomies and some shiitake vibes, all right? Don't demonetize me. I said shiitake and not the other word. Don't ever play yourself. So what you guys want to do with your mushrooms is you got 2 different types of mushrooms. The bigger ones, you guys want to de-stem them. Once they are de-stemmed, go ahead and slice them into small strips. You guys want nice, beautiful, thin strips, but not too thin. Don't ever play yourself. For the other type of mushrooms, what you guys want to do is go ahead and chop that big dutty piece on the bottom. You don't want that. You want to chop it all off and make sure you guys then get individual mushrooms. Once you guys have chopped up your mushrooms, you should have a beautiful array of different types of mushrooms like so. You guys can go ahead and save them for later because we are going to go ahead and saute them in a bit. We can now work with our bread. Now, a traditional steak sandwich is actually a open-faced sandwich, like I was saying earlier. David is aged. Holy smokes, put it away, Dave, because this is an open-faced sandwich like you've never seen before. But to make a beautiful open-faced sandwich, you guys have to make sure that the bread accurately is sized out to the size of the steak. You don't want a big dutty bun on a small dutty steak. So I have a small loaf of bread here. I made sure I can find the smallest one that I could find at the store, all right? Once you guys have your big loaf of bread, go ahead and grab your steak. Now you see the vibes. Your boy Bongizzlez has some top strip loin looking ass steak. Now this is a vibe, but like I was saying, guys, you want to make sure that your bread kind of fits on your steak. So I think right around this area, guys, is where I think I'm gonna get the same size of my steak. So with a small bread knife, what you guys want to do is I'm gonna go ahead and cut it diagonally out here. Boom. Cut this guy diagonally. Now we want a nice piece of bun like so, and let's see how it compares to our steak. Are you crazy? Are you stupid? Are you dumb? Bro, I am no engineer, and I definitely sucked at math, but I'm pretty good at eyeing things out. If you guys take a look, we got pretty much identical sizes over here. So now that we got our bun done, we can move on to our next step. Onions on the heat, the mushrooms are sliced up, the bread is ready to rock and roll. What we can get started on now is our sauce. Now guys, we are gonna be making a beautiful peppercorn jus. Word of the day, guys, is jus. I don't really know what it means, but I'm pretty sure it's pretty delicious because your boy Bongizzlez is making it. To get your jus started, what you guys want is a little bit of beef scraps, all right? Now, if you guys don't have beef scraps laying around at home, you played yourself. But if you guys are ever working with a piece of meat at home and you guys do have a little bit of scraps, do not throw them out. You guys can use those scraps to make a beautiful sauce. So to get it all started, we have a pot here. It is nice and hot. What you guys want to do is add enough oil to cover the base of the entire pot. Once your pot is nice and hot, you guys can grab these extra meat scraps that we have here, and then into the pot they go. Boom, just like that. With a wooden spoon, guys, go ahead and give it a nice little mix. Make sure you fry up all your meatas. Real quick, guys, I want to update you on the onions. As you guys can see, the onions are turning a bit translucent, which means they're almost ready. Once your onions have reached this stage, it means you guys are almost there. Another 10, maybe 12 minutes, and you guys are ready to take these bad boys off the heat. Spread them out. And don't touch them, leave them there. Back to our sauce. If you guys take a look into this pot, we have some nice brown piece of scrap meat. We are ready to start seasoning this, guys. So once you guys see nice browning on your pieces, go ahead, grab a few stalks of thyme and just dash it right in there. Holy smokes, it's cracking. Some salt in there, guys. Don't be shy, put a bunch of salt in there, just like so. And of course, some black pepper. And then give it a nice mix. Here. We've let the scraps cook for another 5 minutes, and I've also taken out about half the amount of oil, guys. So as you guys can see now, we have nice, beautiful brown pieces and about half the amount of oil that was in there. What you guys can go ahead and do is add some beef stock. Now, I have some homemade beef stock over here. If you guys don't have your homemade beef stock, congratulations, you played yourself. But you can also get it at the grocery store. So here we go, guys. Slowly add this beef stock in here. Just like so, and give it a nice little mix, all right? You guys want to wait for this to sizzle up and start reducing, yeah? So the sauce we are making is now boiling, guys. Take a look at this. You guys want to keep it on high heat. Make sure that it stays boiled up. While it's boiling, it is actually reducing, all right? So we actually want this to keep going until it reduces about half the amount of liquid. I'm gonna move this pot behind me and keep it boiling. Update on the onions, guys. They are pretty much done. So take a look here. Once you have your golden brown pieces like so, they are pretty much done. We can now move these guys over and put them in a bowl. Once they are done, we can start sauteing our mushrooms. To get your mushrooms started, guys, what you guys need is a very hot pan. Now I have a pan here. It is on a bajillion degrees. Don't ever play yourself. Add a bit of oil, all right? Once your oil is hot, go ahead and grab some of your shroomy doomies and just sauce that right into the middle of the pan. Exactly like this here. Don't touch them quite yet. Give them about 30 seconds to sizzle first because you don't want your mushrooms to stick to the pan. So give it about 30 seconds. Don't touch them quite yet. Make sure your pan is really hot. So about 30 seconds in, guys, what you guys want to do is go ahead and give them a nice little mix, all right? Give them a mix, stir them around, and as soon as that's done, you can go ahead and season them. Hit them with a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, and you guys should be good to go. Once your mushrooms are sauteed, guys, we are ready to take them out, but don't ever play yourself. We're adding a little bit of butter first, guys. Now, this is just for taste, and we're just gonna literally mix this in until it's melted, and the shroomy doomies should look exactly like this. When they are ready, we can now go ahead and take these out. Almost all of our components are ready, guys. The sauce is still reducing, the onions, the mushrooms are all done, the bread sliced out. We can now start working with our steak. Look how beautiful this is. I can give it a bite right now, but I'm not that crazy. All right, so to work on our steak, guys, what you guys wanna do, grab your steak, dab a little bit of oil on it, guys. Not too much, just a little bit on both sides, like so. You see, pinky's high, the jewels are still on, Jade. I'm just using the index finger. I'm giving them a nice little massage. Maybe get the middle finger in and give them a nice little here. Once you guys have lightly rubbed the oil onto your steak, salt and pepper. Don't ever play yourself. If you don't season your steak, honestly, there's a special place reserved in a crazy place for you. All sides are created equally, guys. Do not discriminate. Make sure you guys get all your sides. Season it with some pepper, just like so. Get all your sides. Now we have a beautiful seasoned piece of steak. Now, in a nice hot pan, guys, again, add a little bit of oil to your pan, like so. Once your pan is nice and hot, you can go ahead and grab your steak, and here we go, guys. Wait for it. My ASMR homeboys, this one's for you. Get off of me, Dougie. Are you crazy? You guys want to sear that for 4 minutes on the first side. Don't touch it. Just leave it alone. A lot of this, guys, just don't touch it. Just leave it alone. 4 minutes on the first side. 4 minutes are up. We can go ahead with our first flip. Let's see. Jeez. Okay, I'm nice with it. Flip it and sear for a minute on that side before you do anything else. We've let it sear for about a minute. We can now add a dirty amount of butter and let that butter melt in there. Bah. I took a whole head of garlic, guys, sliced it right in half. We can go ahead and add that in the butter along with a little bit of thyme and go ahead and start basting this bad boy. Grab a little bit of the butter and onto the steak it goes here. We've left it on the other side for about 5 minutes now, guys. What you guys want to do is go ahead and give it a top sear like so. Render that fat on the side just a little bit. Give it a nice No! Once you've given it a sear for about 30 seconds to a minute, you'll see that there's a nice crust on the side. This is now done. Go ahead and put it on a plate to rest. What you can also do, guys, is grab this garlic, put it on like so, and give it a nice little rub. Just for extra flavor, why not? Here. And then just a bit of that thyme. Leave it on top like so. Then guys, grab a little bit of that butter and then just splash it on top like so. Here. Let your steak rest. It is very super important that you let your steak rest because right now, it is absorbing more flavor, all right? So just leave it, let it vibe. The steak is resting. We can now finish off our sauce. If you guys remember, we let that jus reduce down. You see the vibe. So this is what we got left. What we now want to do, guys, is strain this, all right? So get a bowl, get a small strainer. It's the smallest one I could find, all right? Put your strainer on the bowl, and what you guys want to do is go ahead and just strain all that juice. Strain, 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 strain. I want all the goodies. We should just have that liquid left, which we're gonna use for our sauce. Next step, guys, is in a pan, medium heat, all right? Not too hot, not too cold. What you guys wanna do is add a little bit of butter, boom, into your pan like so. You guys wanna wait for that to melt down. Once your butter has melted, guys, add about a half spoon of flour in there, just like so. Start whisking that up, boom, just like that. Once you've whisked your roux for a few minutes, you guys can go ahead and grab that jus, and guys, slowly start adding it and whisking it in, like so. Slowly but surely. Boom. Slowly and whisk it in, guys. Boom. Just like so. All right, guys, once you have something that looks a little like this, what you guys can do is quickly add about a half spoon of mustard into the mix and give that guy a nice little whisk like so. Here. So guys, what I've done is I've actually worked in a little bit more flour, tossed in a little bit more water, just so I can reduce it and get the sauce to be a little bit more silky like we have it right here. You see the vibes, all right? Now it's a bit lighter. You guys can see the beautiful mustard seeds in there. What we can do now is add some green peppercorns. Now you guys have probably never heard of some green peppercorns. These bad boys are straight from Madagascar. No zebra, no lion, no hippopotamus, no giraffe. All right, these are green peppercorns. Here we go, first time taste test on camera. Holy smokes, it's a green peppercorn. So we just want to grab a little bit of those, sauce it right into the sauce. Now give those guys a nice little whisk into your sauce. Va! So make sure you guys are keeping them whole. Once you've mixed your peppercorns into your sauce and have something that looks something like this, you guys are ready to rock and roll and start building your DIY steak sandwich. Practically everything is ready to go. The last step before plating, guys, is to toast our bun. We got a skillet. All we gotta do is add a bit of butter, wait for that to melt down, then place your slice of bread right on the melted butter and make sure you give it a nice little crisp. Get it nice and toasty, maybe get some line action, and then as soon as you get a nice crisp, it is ready to roll. We've toasted both sides, boom, boom. We are ready for plating. To plate your DIY steak sandwich, guys, what you guys want to do is get your piece of toast nice and toasted. Little bit of Dijon mustard. Don't ever play yourself unless you really love it. Once you got your Dijon on your toast, we are ready to cut our steak. So we have our steak here. It has rested beautifully. Now we want pretty even slices here, guys, but not too thick, not too thin. All right, we want nice, beautiful slices of our steak. Once you've sliced up your steak, guys, go ahead, grab it all in one piece and just flare it out on your sandwich like so. Boom, beautiful slices of steak. Go ahead and season your steak. Light salt on the steak like so, and a light pepper. Once you have seasoned your steak, go ahead and grab your sauce, this beautiful sauce that we've been working on, guys. All right, grab your sauce like so, and then guys, boom, just like that. Maybe a little bit more sauce, because why not? Go ahead and grab your sauteed mushrooms and go ahead and spread them out onto your sandwich. Now, caramelized onions, all right? Here we go. Couple onions on top, just like so. Oh, that is beautiful. To finalize the sandwich, what you guys want to do is grab a little bit of microgreens like so, all right? Grab a little ball and just ball them up like so. And voila! You guys see the vibe. Open-faced DIY steak sandwich chain. Dave, put it away. Beautiful slice of sourdough bread. Then we have a perfectly cooked steak. Some Japanese mushroom vibes, caramelized onions, and obviously your microgreens, guys. Take this in. This sandwich is beautiful. But hey, we gotta taste it. Alrighty, we got my boy Mar in the cut. You already see the vibes. But Mar, what we have in front of you is a perfect open face steak sandwich, shroomy doomies, caramelized onions, and some greens. Are we gonna be classy and use forks? Or are we just gonna dive in? What are we doing?
Look at this. Look how good that looks. Today is not the day to be classy.
Oh, come on. Give me a break. Oh, that's why we should have used the fork. Alright, here goes nothing, folks. Holy smoke. Hold on.
Whoa. No.
No. There's jokes and then there's yolks, folks.
Look at that.
If you do make this at home, make sure you guys use utensils. This is way better eaten with a fork and a knife. But honestly, what a fantastic sandwich.
Incroyable.
Alrighty guys, there it was, a DIY steak sandwich made right at home. Huge shout out to the guy behind the camera today, my boy Mahi. Make sure you guys check him out. Huge shout out to my boy Mar for taste testing the sandwich. If you guys have another video idea that you guys would like to see on this channel, make sure you guys leave a comment down below. And hey, your idea might just make it. Again guys, thank you so much for watching today's video. Until next time, take it easy. It's bongizzlez.